There's a little bit of a story going around that you weren't having much fun playing football at one point in time. That's something that I think that I can relate to. Obviously, when you're dealing with the media side of it, you're dealing with some stuff with the coach, and then just life in itself. Did it get to a point where you think, it started to become a little less fun for you while you were there?
I got to the point like I was sick of the media. I'm like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, it was so much hatred at the time. Like, and I never met these people before in my life. Never seen them before. Even what his name, Marges, whatever his name is. That dude used to get on my effing nerves, dude. And I seen him in person. I wanted to strangle his ass, But it took me a lot. But he actually came up to me and apologized to me. Like, Vince, I'm sorry about all the stuff that I did to you in the media, which gave me a relief because I'm like, first of all, who are y'all talking about? I'm not that guy y'all talking about. I would give anything to my teammates, players, coaches, fans across the world, and that's my brand. I felt like they was messing up my brand. So I had to go through that as a young man. And then when Steve passed away, I didn't have nobody to talk to. So I went in a dark spot, and I mean dark, to a point like, shit, I didn't know what to do. And it's not that I was going to give up, but a lot of times Sundays was my out, my scapegoat. Playing on Sundays with my teammates. That was the fun part. But Monday through Saturday, dude, you got to be the best athlete you can be, quarterback you can be, and then you got off the field stuff from family asking for money or this, that, or somebody stealing from you. It was a lot for me, and I was in a dark spot for like 2-3 years. I was in a dark spot, and thank God for some of the people that came into my life, and Andy Reid helped me through that process because Andy losing his son. He been through those dark spots, and losing a kid is that's a sad deal, and can't even imagine that situation. But for him to talk to me, not just as a player, but the way he talked to me as a human being and cared, I think that's when I started to feel a little better when I got to Philly.
I think when you can kind of separate and get away from that, media hype that you had a little bit in Tennessee, and then obviously getting to a place like that where you're around some really solid people and a solid coach who, everybody talks about, who's heralded as a guy who, really, really helps you and is able to separate the two, the off the field stuff and the media stuff and everything else that goes into the struggle side and just be able to help you.
Yeah.
You got to look back on it and have to have an appreciation and a love for getting into a situation like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to the point, like, I got a DWI my second time, for Andy to call me in the middle of the night, like, I just want to check on you, and I think you need to go do rehab. I'm like, and in my mind growing up as a kid, you like, I ain't going to no damn rehab. I can do this on my own. But actually was one of the best things that ever happened to me to go get therapy by someone that's certified, that been through the struggle and know what the hell they talking about. And when I got to there, man, to meet a hockey player, to meet a guy that owns 99% of the concrete in Canada, these people going through the same, their situation was way worse than mine. I'm like, okay, I'm actually doing pretty damn good. Get your shit together. When I got there, man, I must have slept for like 2 weeks, bro. That's how tired I was, I guess. You know what I'm saying? From college, winning that championship, all the way through that 6-7 year span of just going, and not taking a setback and taking a deep breath and a reset button. That's why I feel like rehab was a reset button for me. So right now I'm like at peace. Like everybody like, how you doing, man? Man, I feel fucking incredible right now. So I give a lot of respect to my therapist and Andy Reid for doing that, man, because I might wouldn't even be here right now. I'd probably be gone because of stress and depression and anxiety and, all the stuff that comes with the lifestyle that I was living, and then not playing the game anymore. When they take that from you, a lot of people be thinking like, you okay. Like, no, that's the hardest shit ever when you've been playing football since you was a little league football. And to say now I'm retired and that's gone out of my life, that's a tough thing to swallow for anybody. That's why you see I hate to see some of our players out there commit suicide or some of the things they be going through. So I try to talk to people like, man, you might want to try therapy. It was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Go take mental health seriously, because if you don't, you might hurt your loved ones.
I think it gets to the point where it eats you alive a little bit too. It's obviously going to affect more than, just yourself, your family,
Exactly. So I just try to make sure that I pass that message throughout the world, even though when I speak now, when I go out and speak, I even tell people at the end of the day, I say, I'll challenge each and last one of y'all in here. Every time you step out your house, give out positive energy. If you can do that, you're going to be great. Don't be these people out here with this negative energy. And everywhere you go, even when you're driving in traffic, oh my God, I'd be like, you can have it. Because I'm so at peace now. I probably been one of those guys, back in the day, I'd open my sunroof and throw pennies out and let that shit hit your car. That's what I used to do back in the day when I was an idiot, you know what I mean? But now I'm at a point in my life, like, why was you even doing that, dummy? Now you's putting out negative energy. So guess what you're going to get back?
When, exactly was this point that kind of, made this shift for you?
What is about 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah.
I went to therapy in Malibu and 4 patients in the house. I thought that was incredible. That's when I started to learn how to cook. I'm a big chef now. I'm a golfer now. I know how to plant my own herbs and veggies. I know how to do all this stuff I learned, I didn't know that not having my father figure in my life was a trigger for me that pissed me off, yelling at my wife, just doing negative things that I didn't know that was a trigger in my life. So we talked about these things, and she was like, well, Vince, I think you really need to go talk to your dad. I really feel like that's what's triggering you about a lot of your stuff in your life. I'm like, what? So, to have that conversation with my dad, to say, I forgive you, and ask him why. Why were you not here? To hear that from him directly, to have him in my life now, a little bit, not as much as I want, that I would love to, but to have those answers answered, I think that took a lot of pressure off me as well, too.
And I think as you really get a chance to look back and kind of reflect on yourself and your life and what kind of makes you tick in the right way or the wrong way and anything, to be able to really, take that time and do something like that, like props to you for making a step and being able to do that. And I think it's something that, has obviously benefited you tremendously, as you're going through your life now. I mean, it just seems to me, obviously, that, you're in a great place, and even what you're saying right now, it's just about your attitude, your approach, and kind of how you are in your everyday life. It's gotta feel great to be able to be in that place.
Yeah, man, I'm winning again, even in golf.